What up, everybody? It's Chief Sebi Indigenous, the Noble, the Realist. Higher power back in the booth. Okay, let me get my monitor set up real fast, and then I'm about to go straight in. Today's video is on Christ consciousness and gang stalking. So basically, we're looking at not only Christ consciousness, but its duality nature, like the oppositional force. You know, there's always, nature is duality. You know what I'm saying? And so there's always an opposition force, opposites attract, things of that nature. But I'm finna start right now. Okay, I'm checking my stream health and making sure everything is good. Stream health is in the red. Stream health in the red. Okay, let me get me on here. What up, everybody? I'm the current conductor of this anomaly. Sebi Illuminati. Higher power. Back in the booth. Chief Sebi Indigenous. Now, let me get a monitor set up and I'm about to go straight in, y'all. Let me make sure the stream good. Okay, cool. Okay, let's go. Make sure Okay, first I'm a just in case if anyone doesn't know what etymology is, I'm gonna be screen sharing throughout this video. What time is it? 5:12. Okay. Etymology. And by the way, I have all of these things already typed in here. Christ etymology, etymology of the cross, etymology of smear, etymology of Jesus, etymology of temple, story of Moses and the Ten Commandments, COINTELPRO. I'm gonna show you a clip out of a video that I created on the same topic, and we have the MHK, which we're gonna use just for the purposes of the Aquarian Gospel in it. Okay, here it is right here, so I can exit out on this one. Okay, when did Christianity begin? Etymology of Christianity. I thought that was up there. Oh, etymology of Christ. Now we have etymology of idolatry, and then we have what is etymology. And by the way, Chief Sebi, I'm a master etymologist. And before I read what it says, I would say the etymology to me is to break down words to the least common denominator and to know where it came from, its roots, its origins, its nature, its meaning, related words and things of that nature. That's what I would say etymology is. But here we go. We're going to screen share. Okay, I don't know what I did right there. Let's see. The study of the origin of words and the way in which their meanings have changed throughout history. Let's see. Let's use old Wikipedia. Etymology is the study of the history of words. By extension, the phrase the etymology of some words means the origin of the particular word. For place names, there is a specific term, toponymy. For languages with a long written history, etymologists make use of texts and texts about the language to gather knowledge about how words were used during earlier periods, how they developed in meaning and form, and when and how they entered the language. Etymologists also apply the methods of comparative linguistics to reconstruct information about forms that are too old for any direct information to be available. By analyzing related languages with a technique known as the comparative method, linguists can make inferences about their shared parent language and its vocabulary. In this way, the word roots in the European languages, for example, can be traced all the way back to the origin of the Indo-European language family. Even though etymological research originally grew from the philological tradition, much current etymological research is done on language families where little or no early documentation is available, such as Uralic and Austronesian. The word etymology derives from the Greek word etymologia, itself from etymon, meaning true sense or sense of a truth, and the suffix logia denoting the study of. Peace, everyone. If you're just coming in the chat, we just now getting started. The stream just getting started. Drop a comment down there. Let me know you're in the chat and hit the like button and share if possible. Higher, higher, higher power. You're now tuned in to the Chief, Sebi, Indigenous, the Realist, the Noble. Okay, let's see. So anyway, I just basically just read what is etymology. That's just for people that's going to be viewing this video who doesn't know what etymology is, because I use the reference a lot and I have a lot of etymology terms pulled up here today. Anyway, let's get straight to it. Peace to everyone. Oh, there's no lag. There shouldn't be any lag. If there's a lag, let me know. And if there's a lag, just make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn your notification bells on all, leave out the video, and come straight back in. There shouldn't be a lag after that. But much love and peace to everyone. Salute, salute. This is Chief Sebi Indigenous, Chief of the Lost and Found Mud Tribe. I am not African. I'm not African American. I didn't come, my ancestors didn't come across the seas on a boat. My ancestors were seafaring people, but my ancestors traced their roots and their lineages to the indigenous tribes and peoples of the Americas, meaning that we're not black, we're not colored, we're not Negro. We are hidden under those terms. We are the sleeping giant of America. But what up, everyone? Peace. Oh, am I screen sharing? Oh, okay. I was making sure my hotkeys was working because I just noticed they were typing. Now, where are we gonna start? We're actually not gonna start down at idolatry because that has something to do with this story of Moses. That's why I have this idolatry. I'm gonna show y'all what building means, and I'm doing this build live, so I'm gonna show y'all what building means. You know what I'm saying? We have let's see how many we have on the screen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we have 13 jewels up here. We have 13 little blocks we're going to take and make a jewel. Empress Cat. Let me give a shout out to everyone in the chat. So if you're in the chat and you haven't commented yet, don't miss your shout out. Empress Cali, peace. What's good? What's good, Empress? Leon Fletcher, peace. What's good, brother, man? Money Love. Shout out Money Love. Peace. What's good, Money Love? Ravi Patel, peace. How are we? Well met. Leon Fletcher. Okay, I already said Leon Fletcher. That's everybody. Alpha Lion, peace. What's good? What's great, brother, man? How are we? Now, all right here, Christ etymology. Okay, we're gonna go right here. Now remember, before Look, I haven't clicked on it. So let me say this. Before I actually click on each one of these etymology terms or breakdowns, I'm gonna give you the breakdown on what I feel like the word is. In the first segment of this series, we already broke down Christ, but we're gonna re-break it down along with the word Christian, cross, etc. The word Jesus, all of this. We're gonna break down all of that, and we're gonna discern Christ consciousness and how deification and stuff like that, how we wanted man to be God so much. And that's why I'm bringing up the story of Moses. Anyway, peace to everyone that's up in here. And anyway, let's get straight to it. Let's get straight to it. Okay. I was supposed to be giving my breakdown before it started. So let me see. Let me give my breakdown before it starts. I would say, my bad, I was checking the monitor. Peace to everyone in here. I would say Christ means to smear. We know it means to anoint. It's on the screen, but I would say it means to smear. I look at that at Christ all the way back to the Greek, which is Christos, and the sign for that was an X. And I said my interpretation of Christ is a persecuted person, someone forced to bear a cross, someone being X'd out, like as far as like X marks the treasure on a treasure map. You know what I'm saying? They build maps, our genetic trees, this family tree, this DNA online and stuff like that. And they're actually getting maps. They're chasing Christ consciousness. Christ consciousness. Oh, never mind. I'm not supposed to be going in about Christ consciousness. But anyway, they put that X on your back, and that's why. Anyway, we're gonna build on all that. We're gonna build on all that. But look, Fly Birdie, peace. Shout out, Fly Birdie. Peace to everyone. Comment anything you want about Christ consciousness, about gang stalking, experiences that you all felt. What's your interpretation of Christ and things like that? Y'all keep the chat moving. I appreciate it if y'all keep the chat moving. Thank you all for hitting that like button. Thank you all for turning your notification bells on all. Now, Christ, we see it in the noun, the anointed, synonymous with and translating to Greek, Hebrew, Mashiach. See Messiah. So we are going to see Messiah right after we go from Christ. And I don't know why I keep forgetting to bring up Messiah. A title given to Jesus of Nazareth. So we see this is his name. Like we all already know, this is what they refer to him as. Jesus of Nazareth. That's what, that's what the ancient texts refer to him as. All of them. Old English Christ by 830, perhaps 675. From Latin Christus, from Greek Christos, the anointed. Noun use of verbal adjective of krien, to rub, anoint. From pi root gre, to rub. In the primitive church, it was a title and used with the definite article, but from an early period, it was used without it and regarded as part of the proper name of Jesus. You see, it was just regarded as a name. That's where you get people saying, because I always said, who gave him the last name of Christ? I'm always asking people like, why are you saying Christ after his name? Like that's his name. The definite article would be Jesus the Christ. You know what I'm saying? If you wanted me to know that that's the Christ, that's the Savior, that's the Messiah, the definite article of it, you know what I'm saying? You would need to say Jesus the Christ, not Jesus Christ, because that's saying like he had a last name, like he was born into the Christ family, which we know he wasn't. You know what I'm saying? He had anyway. But the definite article is the, and when you're talking Arabic or the Arabia, the definite article would be al. Just like in the Hebrew, when you're talking definite article, it would be el, el. You know what I'm saying? So in the Arabic it's al, in the Hebrew it's el, and that's definite article. And in the English it's the, which is definite article. Oh yeah, indeed, brother. Indeed. Great to have you here. Now, let's proceed. Pronunciation with long I is result of Irish missionary work in England. The CH form regular since 1500s in English was rare before. Capitalization of the word begins 14th century, but it is not fixed until the 17th century. The Latin term drove out Old English Highland, which means healer and savior. That's an important part, as the preferred descriptive term of Jesus, as an oath or strong exclamation of surprise, dismay, etc., attested by 1748, the 17th century mystical sect of the Familists edged it toward a verb with Christed, made one with Christ. Now this is another term dealing with Christ consciousness. Both of these are dealing with Christ consciousness. This Highland, which is healer, savior, and this Christed, which is made one with Christ, and Christ child, Jesus as a baby. Translate German, Christkind. See, and we would say this Christkind is actually meaning bloodline or family lineage of Christ. You get what I'm saying? Okay, so we're gonna come back to this because we want to click this link right here to Messiah. But right now we're finna go straight to cross. Let me see. Let me get this one off. We don't want to keep too many screens up. So let's go to etymology. Matter of fact, let's deal with the Messiah since we're already talking about, and then I'm gonna go to the etymology of Jesus. So while we're on the Christ, while we're actually speaking of the brother Isa, Jesus, Yehoshua, Yeshua, whatever name we choose to call him by, right? Luscious gayness, peace. The Christ is a title like Caesar. Indeed, we finna build on all that. Yes, we're talking about a title, an appellation. Yes, indeed. So you came in here with your tools on deck. Everybody have your tools ready. Drop them comments. We want to see that chat moving. Every time we come down, every time I see the chat moving, I'm gonna look down there and I'm gonna shout you out and read your comment for sure. This is an interactive build. I'm recording this live. I could have made you a bunch of pictures and made a slideshow, but I'd rather do it live so we can learn together. Now, Messiah. 13th century Messias, a designation of Jesus as the savior of the world, from late Latin Messias, from Greek Messias, from Aramaic Semitic Meshiach, and Hebrew Meshiach, the anointed of the Lord, from Masha, almost sound like mashallah in Arabic, right? Masha, to anoint. It is thus Hebrew equivalent of Christ and is the word rendered in the... See, this is what we're not going to allow. We're not going to allow trickery. While we're studying, this is trickery. They can't tell us. It's upon us to make our own conclusion that this is the equivalent of Christ. We want to know the etymology of this word, not what they think. Now, in Old Testament prophetic writing, it was used as a descriptive title. Look, Messiah was used as a descriptive title in Old Testament prophetic writing of an expected deliverer of the Jewish nation. The modern English form represents an attempt to make the world look more Hebrew and dates from the Geneva Bible, the 1560, transferred sense of an expected liberator or savior of a what? Of an captive people. An expected liberator or savior of a captive people. That's cool. Let's leave Messiah here. So now we got Christ. Now let's come. We're gonna come back to Messiah. Remember, look what it says: an expected liberator or savior of a captive people. Now watch this. Wouldn't that make Moses a Christ? Wouldn't that make Moses a Messiah also? Let's check it out. I never clicked this link. I just typed it in, and we're gonna find a good one. Let's see. Let me see. I'm just gonna click on one of these. I don't know if y'all know which one is a good one, but I'm just gonna click on one because they're all, This one looks pretty good. Now, peace to you all. Peace, peace, peace. Now, a little information for those that don't know. I am an awakened empath. You know what I'm saying? I am an awakened Heyoka. Now, Moses and the Ten Commandments Bible story study guide. Okay, cool. I know y'all probably like, what does Moses have to do with Christ consciousness and Messiah and the Christ and things of that nature? Because Moses was indeed a Christ to his people. He was a savior. He was a prophet. He was all of the above. You know what I'm saying? He was an empath because he felt the need of the people and manifested a result for the people. You get what I'm saying? Through sheer will. Through sheer will. Now, in the Bible story of Moses and the Ten Commandments, the moral laws of God are solidified into 10 great mandates. These commands form the basis of Israel's covenant. Oh, my bad. Covenant relationship with God, the God who had delivered his people from slavery in Egypt. So we're gonna I think I'm even gonna bust that open because we're gonna see where some of this. When I go into idolatry, we're gonna dig into the Egypt situation. We'll do that in a second. Now, the God who had delivered his people from slavery in Egypt now called them to be wholly devoted to him alone. This is important, y'all. I'm highlighting this for not just for y'all that's in here, for the people that come after, because I'm finna make a comparative example between Moses and Jesus, and we're gonna build and we're gonna see if he was indeed a Christ, a Messiah for his people. Only through obedience to God's laws could Israel fulfill its role as kingdom of priests. Kingdom of priests and a holy nation. Only through obedience to God's laws. The Most High, right? Not any other human. God gave these laws to Moses and the people on Mount Sinai. They were written by God's own finger on tablets of stone. I doubt that. I doubt that part. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna dig into any. I would say pragmatist, or I'm a realist. You know, I'm the noble, the realist. And realist means that I make a real list of facts and compare that to the untruths and separate it. You know what I'm saying? They were written by God's own finger. God doesn't need a finger. He created everything. If he wanted the 10 commandments to appear on a stone, he'll say, you know what I'm saying, it's done. He don't even have to say anything. Think, and it shall be. Still today, for people who love God, the 10 commandments serve as a guide for living in a way that demonstrates love for God and leads to a deeper experience of God's love. So this is what the 10 commandments is, y'all. And I agree with this. 10 commandments serve as a guide for living in a way that demonstrates love for God and leads to a deeper experience of God's love. And I feel like that's what the teachings of Jesus also should be used as, just as a demonstrative tool to know how to be closer to God and how to be more Christ-like, not to worship a man at all. The story of Moses, and this is what this is about, idolatry. And I'm going to go straight to the etymology of idolatry right when I leave this. Moses and the 10 Commandments story summary. Let's see, somebody inbox me. Shortly after God delivered the people of Israel out of Egypt by crossing the Red Sea, they traveled through the desert to Sinai, where they camped in front of Mount Sinai, also called Mount Horeb. Mount Sinai is a very significant place. It is here that God met and spoke with Moses, telling him why he had rescued Israel from Egypt. God had chosen people of Israel and to be his treasured possession. And I will be bringing up the where Hitler expressed that America was God's jewels. Israel would be made into a holy nation of priests for God. One day, God called Moses to the top of the mountain. He gave Moses the first part of his new system of laws. new system of laws for the people, the 10 commandments. Now, this ain't Bible class, this ain't church, this ain't Bible study. I'm not affiliated with any religion or anything, y'all. I'm just a realist. I just look at information and analyze it, y'all. I don't believe in anything. I don't believe in any beliefs. I know that the Most High is God. He created everything and that he has no equals, no children, no brothers and sisters. That's what I go off of, that there's a creator and he doesn't need a name because he doesn't have any equals to use it with. You know what I'm saying? When Moses asked him, what name should I give him, give to the Pharaoh? He said, tell him, I am that I am. These commandments summarize the absolutes of spiritual and moral living that God intended for his people. Now, okay, let's see. I want to know about, I want to know about the idol worship. So this isn't the right thing. We want to hear the story. Let's see, Bible verses. Moses, let's see, and the golden calf. Let's try that. Golden calf. Bible verses. I'm doing this for a reason, y'all. We're doing a comparative study of Christ consciousness and to see, we don't want to do idol worship. You know what I'm saying? And that's all modern religions are. You see, we got all this stuff we finna go over in a really quick fashion. Because I'm just trying to give you some news to use. I ain't trying to preach to you up here, y'all. Now listen. Okay, cool. Right here. Found it. This whole internet thing you all have isn't that bad. Yeah. Ours is more the hid story. They always go by his story. This is hid story. This is Aboriginal hid. This is Indigenous hid story. Okay, cool. Let's build. Now, the golden cloud. So this is Exodus 32. When the people, look, I'm going to highlight the parts I'm reading so we won't get confused, you all, me included. When the people saw that Moses was so long in coming down from the mountain. Oh, this got us straight. This the meat. This the meaty part. You see, this is the 32nd degree of the book of Exodus. Y'all know that's degrees, right? Degrees means chapter. Did y'all know that? A degree means chapter. You know what I'm saying? A step or a chapter. You know what I'm saying? So this is the 32nd degree of Exodus. You know what I'm saying? Man, it's beautiful. Some of y'all like it. When the people saw that Moses was so long in coming down from the mountain, they gathered around Aaron and said, come, make us gods who will go before us. As for this fellow Moses who brought us up out of Egypt, we don't know what has happened to him. So that's a big thing I always hear from Christians, that we need Jesus to go before us, to go before God. We can't pray straight to God. We must put a man in between us. Like, we're not a man. We must put a man in between us. But so let's reread this, and I'm going to go straight to the next one. When the people saw Moses was so long in coming down from the mountain, they gathered around Aaron and said, come, make us gods who will go before us. As for this fellow Moses who brought us up out of Egypt, we don't know what has happened to him. Now, so that paragraph right there, Donald McCord, peace and honor. Peace, bro. Subscribe and turn your notification bells to all, bro. I'll let you moderate up in here, bro. Appreciate you coming straight in and greeting the chat. Make sure everybody hit the like button. Thank you all for hitting the like button. And but I'm finna go straight back in. Now, what's the significance? What's the significance of this first paragraph, this 32nd degree in this Exodus build, right? That's what we're going to call it, because this is knowledge. The Bible is just supposed to be looked at as a book of experiences, is a book of stories to help better the inner temple inside man. It's a tool, you know what I'm saying? So right here in this first paragraph, we see not only the manifestation of a want of idol worship, because the people wanted something to worship. But they also denote that the fact that they worshiped Moses, because they said, as for this fellow Moses who brought us up out of Egypt, we don't know what has happened to him. They weren't following the Most High out of Egypt. They were following Moses. They believed in Moses because they could see Moses. Do you get what I'm saying? They could see Moses. Moses was just a messenger from the Most High for them. They thought the Most High was just some kind of, you know what I'm saying, alter identity, alter ego of Moses. They thought it was really him doing all the powerful stuff and not the Most High. And so they really worship him. Now, Aaron answered them. Take, pardon me, I had to cough. Now, Aaron answered him. Wait. First of all, we see. Wait, let me point it back out. Right here, we see Moses took too long. So we see impatience. Let's look at the first paragraph. This is what I talk about building and breaking down stuff to the least common denominator. In this 32nd degree of Exodus, Exodus means to come out, right? We see, first of all, that impatience led them to idolatry. You know what I'm saying? And to wanting to worship. I mean, the patience exposed their idolatry because they were impatient with this man, you know what I'm saying, this human vessel, while he's talking not to his homeboy. We impatient while people are on the other line. Like me personally, I don't sit on the other line for nobody. If you tell me, hold on real fast, you'll be right back, I'm hanging up because you can call me right back. You get what I'm saying? We're impatient by nature. And their impatience exposed a big thing. It exposed that they really were worshiping Moses and not the Most High. So we see impatience, we see idolatry, we see shakiness or falterness. They weren't steadfast in their faith or inside their own beliefs or inside the fact. You get what I'm saying? We see all that in this first paragraph. You know what I'm saying? This is what the preacher, or this is what the imam, or this is what the priest or whoever is not doing. They just want you to read it out loud so it gets stained in your brain. A story, but not the actual breakdown of the story. Do you get what I'm saying? Anyway, let's go to the second part. Now, 32 jumps straight down right here. This is still 32 right here. Look, let me highlight it. This part right here is still 32. And remember, y'all, this build is on Christ consciousness. So if I'm building on this has something to do with Christ consciousness and what Messiah means and idolatry and opposition, which resides inside man, or the opposition to man. And when I say man, I mean mankind, both male and female, woman and child. There. Aaron answered them, take off the gold earrings, pardon self, that your wives, your sons, your daughters are wearing, and bring them to me. Now, why would the sons be wearing earrings? Because while the sons, this is something about culture. This is a culture lesson. In the second part, this is still inside the 32nd degree of Exodus, right? Look at it as degrees, steps. This is steps for the purification of man. Each story is a step. You know what I'm saying? Each story is a tool. Drop a comment for the people that just came in. Hit a like. Let us know you up in here building with us. Right now we're talking about Christ consciousness, but we're inside the Moses story. We just did the etymology of Christ, but we're in the Moses story now and doing a comparative study right now live. So anyway, this jewel right here is still in the 32nd degree. It says, Aaron answered them, take off the gold earrings that your wives, your sons, your daughters are wearing and bring them to me. Why would the sons be wearing gold earrings? This is a lesson in culture. It's a lesson within a lesson. He's saying that the sons are wearing earrings. That's a Egyptian That's the Egyptian tradition, not a Hebrew tradition. The males wearing earrings. Now, right here in the 33rd degree of Exodus, we see, so all the people took off their earrings and brought them to Aaron. So we see that they're taking off the gold, right? They're taking a physical thing. This is what I want to show also. We fear. Man is not supposed to fear anything but the Most High. But we fear our fellow men. We fear our fellow men, and that's what this is talking about. This is it right here. Now, this is a deep lesson too, by the way, y'all. Aaron answered them, take off the gold earrings that your wives, your sons, and your daughters had. So take off that what you got from Egypt and bring it to me. Now, this is showing man's fear of to do what's right just for the sake of what's right, and to not do what's wrong just because it's wrong. Because what is Aaron? Remember, we got God. We're gonna show that too, because that is something to do with the Christ consciousness and stuff like that. Where God, the Most High, told Moses, you are to be like a God unto the people, and Moses is gonna be your prophet. So what is a prophet to the God Moses? Both of them prophets to the Most High, of course. But I'm saying, what is Moses' prophet doing? Just yielding. They don't show any kind of, he didn't stud up at all. He didn't show any kind of resistance because he was fear. Instead of doing what's right because he knew what was right, he showed his inability and his shaky faith right here, because he just straight up answered them. Take off the gold earrings, you know. Now let's drop down right here. So all the people took off the earrings and brought them to Aaron. He took what they handed him and made it into an idol cast in the shape of a calf, fashioning it with a tool. Then they said, these are your gods, Israel, who brought you up out of Egypt. Wow. And this is like a double-edged sword. Are they really trying to tell us that they bought their way out of Egypt? But we're going to stick to the narrative right here. Peace to everyone. Let it be peace. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Drop a comment. Y'all keep that chat moving. Keep that chat moving. Let me know your thoughts. We're running through this. We only did one etymology segment so far, and it was on the word Christ, and we already did that in the first segment. So catch the first video. I'm going to put the link in the description later. Now, so they said, this is the God that brought you out of Egypt. Notice he uses the plural, right? Why does he use the plural? Because I'm going to show and prove that Moses was given the title of God by the Most High. So that's why he say gods, because it was Moses and the Most High. Just check me out. Now we show Aaron getting inspired by something he built. So that's narcissistic traits, where he felt like he did something by fashioning a golden calf. You know what I'm saying? So he turns around, he want to build an altar. And he making announcements and shit. He think he's and he's setting his own paganistic holiday, holy day, and everything. Peace to everyone. Empress Kali, peace to everyone. When Aaron saw this, he built an altar. Everyone greet each other and everything, y'all. Positive energy, high vibrations. When Aaron saw this, he built an altar in front of the calf and announced, tomorrow there will be a festival to the Lord. So he's giving this calf a title of Lord. And him speaking as prophet, so I guess he's finna be prophet to the cow now. So the next day, the people rose early and sacrificed burnt offerings and presented fellowship offerings. Afterward, they sat down to eat and drink and got up to indulge in revelry. So they got up and party. It was a party that they had a idol. They were so happy that they had something material to worship, because they ate, they drank, and they indulged in revelry, which is a party. Now this is the point. This is why we came. Notice this on the 7. Notice it's 7, because this is, anyway, we'll build on the supreme mathematics and stuff on another build. Now, then the Lord said to Moses, go down, because your people whom you brought up out of Egypt. So who brought them out of Egypt? Moses have become corrupted. They have been quick to turn away from what I commanded them and have made themselves an idol cast in the shape of a calf. Now remember, a calf is what? A baby cow. And in symbology, you can always look at the because that's where you get the crescent and star in Islam. In symbology, you look at the moon. The moon has been a symbol of the calf, and that star in there being the symbol of the child. I mean, of the cow, and the star being the symbol of the cow, the baby, the calf. Anyway, I want to say that because we're making a comparative study between Moses and Jesus and seeing how they both had the same titles and stuff. Now, these are your gods, Israel. Now, okay, I command them, in the shape of a calf. They have bowed down to it and sacrificed to it and have said, these are your gods, Israel, who brought you up out of Egypt. Now, I have seen these people. Let me see. I have seen these people, the Lord said to Moses, and they are a stiff-necked people. Now leave me alone so that my anger may burn against them, that I may destroy them. Then I will make you into a great nation. So he's saying that the only thing that took to make the nation of Israel, you know what I'm saying, the nation of Moses, the only thing he needed was Moses. He said, I will destroy the people and make a great nation. So he's saying all he needed was Moses to make a great nation. Now check this out. But Moses sought the favor of the Lord his God. Let me see. So Moses, what they call nowadays, what they call an intercede or intercession, Moses intervened or became a bridge for his people. So that's just like how they try to tell us Jesus is a bridge, or Jesus is going to make an intercession between him and God. This is the intercession, a real intercession between the Most High and Moses' people. But Moses sought the favor of the Lord his God and said, Lord, he said, why should your anger burn against your people, whom you brought out of Egypt with the great power and mighty hand? So this is Moses. Do you see what Moses had to do to get the favor of the Most High? He had to take it off of himself, because this was a test. Right here, this degree right here is a test. They're showing you that the Most High had threw it out earlier and told Moses that he brung out of Egypt. You know what I'm saying? That he brung out of Egypt, just to see was Moses indeed not right and exact. And instead Moses said that you brought out of Egypt with great power and a mighty hand. So therefore he's saying he has the guidance. You know, if someone has their hand over you, they're guiding you. That's a guiding hand. So you know what I'm saying? So Moses gave praise to the Most High in exchange for his people. So that's what prayer is, giving praise to the Most High and acknowledging his might, his power. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's go right here. Why should the Egyptians say it was with evil intent that he brought them out, to kill them in the mountains and to wipe them off the face of the earth? Turn from your fierce anger, relent, and do not bring disaster on your people. Now, remember your servants Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, to whom you swore by your own self, I will make you descendants as numerous as the stars in the sky. Okay, anyway, we're going right here to see that. Anyway, my bad. I had got so caught up in the build. You know what I'm saying? I had got so caught up in the build, but this is what I wanted us to see right here. All that I just read was just for this principle right here, y'all. This first one with so many jewels in it. I want to show you that when Moses was no longer around, they started to worship Moses. I mean, they exposed the fact that they didn't worship the Most High. They worship Moses. Just like now that Jesus is gone, they no longer worship the Most High. They're exposing the fact that they worship Jesus, because he was a great example of He was a great example. That's what they are, examples. These people, these stories, if you will, out of the Bible are examples. Now, anyway, they're not scripture. They're not meant to be formed in the songs and stuff like that. They're meant to be applied. You're supposed to take these stories, see the experience, and apply it to your own life, apply it to yourself. Now, let's go right here. Okay, etymology of the cross. Now, I hope you all are enjoying the build. You now tuned in to Chief Sebi Indigenous, the Realist, the Noble, higher, higher, higher power, back in the booth. Now, let's get over here to Etymon Online. How are we Indians doing today? How are you American, you ancient Americans doing today? Let me know, tribe. How are we? Now, cross, the Old English cross, instrument of crisis, crucifixion. So we got to look up crucifixion also. Symbol of Christianity. Boom. This is what I'm looking for. Because remember, this is these series that I'm running, even though I'm updating them, these are all different series. So my gang stalking series is different from this series right here. And also my gangs and their occult nature, whatever my series is called, the other one I'm doing live right at this time, that's separate from this one also. So, and the reason why I brung it up, because we're learning about signs and symbols in that one, and how gang signs and symbols are actually Freemasonic, Illuminati hand signs and symbols. So we see that the cross, Old English, it's Old English. The cross is the symbol of Christianity. And this is why you never hear me call myself a Christian. Even though, and this is the reason why I have etymology up here, because even though I acknowledge who Jesus was, you know what I'm saying? I acknowledge that and I accept him as the Messiah, but I also know and understand the science of Christ and Christ consciousness and idol worship and the Most High. So I'm balancing out a lot to make my discernment that, you know what I'm saying, that is a man, that Jesus was, is, and always will be just a man, and I cannot worship him, but I do love the example, and I do strive to be more Christ-like. You get what I'm saying? More Christ-like in my doings, in my sayings, in my walk, in my talk. Do you get what I'm saying? That's what it means. But listen, so we see Old English cross to be the symbol of Christianity. So this is their symbol. Remember, I say that the cross, I said that Christ means to smear, like someone running a smear campaign, someone Xing you out, someone with an X on their back, a mark, that same mark that Cain was given. Do you get what I'm saying? A mark. That's why we are marked. That's why they give us black, Negro, colored, which are marks, brands. And that's what it means also. So listen, probably from the Old Norse or another Scandinavian source, picked up by the Old Norse from Irish cross, from Latin crux, accusative, crucem, genitive, crucis, stake or cross. Stake or cross. So basically they staked them. No, but I'm saying they as far as I know, well, we'll talk more on the death of Jesus and things of that nature, and we'll see what's real and what's not. On which criminals were impaled or hanged, originally a tall round pole. Hence, look, the tall round pole, right? Tall round pole sounds like a totem pole, right? Hence, figuratively, torture, trouble, and misery. This is what the cross means, y'all, figuratively. Now, sorry, y'all. I'm highlighting the wrong thing. Cross figuratively means torture, trouble, and misery. So when you see the symbol of the cross, which we do, we think of the passion, and that is torture, trouble, and misery. Also from the Latin crux, or Italian croce, or the French crux, or Spanish and Portuguese cruise. Y'all know the cruises, the Dela Cruises and things of that nature. Oscar de la Cruz or Oscar de la Hoya. Dutch cruise and German cruise. So we see that this all is relating to some European concepts. You know what I'm saying? All the references are from over in that area. Now, the modern word is the Northern England form and has predominated. So we see that the modern form we use comes from Northern England form. Middle and has predominated. We see the pre and dominated. That means it beat it before it even started. So it's dominating. So this meaning right here is going to be what it means to people who use it. Middle English also had two other forms of the same word. So we see there's three different types of, all right, arriving from the continent by different paths. Crutch, cruch was from medieval Latin with pronunciation as in Italian crochet. Compare Christmas. So I guess this is supposed to be Christmas. Festival of the invention of the cross. So we see there was a Christmas, not a Christmas, but a Christmas, which was a festival of the invention of the cross. So they're celebrating the torture, trouble, and misery of Isa, who is Jesus, or Yeshua. So we see what Christmas is actually doing, celebrating the invention of the cross. Wow, that's divine. And later, especially in southern England, the form croix from Old French was the common compare crusade. Crusade, the older form of crusade. The Old English word was rude. So we see rude. And remember, I always tell you all that dealing with etymology, we got to look at what sounds phonetically alike. The phonetic similarities making huge difference also. And rude, R-O-O-D, is the phonetically just like the word we use nowadays, rude. Anyway, ornamental likeness of the cross, something resembling or in the form of a cross, sign of the cross made with the right hand or with the fingers from the 14th century, small cross with a human figure attached, a crucifix, late 14th century, as outdoor structure or monument in the form of a cross. Also, a cross formed by two lines drawn or cut on a surface. So two lines drawn or cut on a surface. See, so that could be an X also. Two lines intersecting at what? Right angles. At right angles. So it can be an X also. The shape of a cross without regard to religious significance. Look, the shape of a cross without regards to religious significance. Now, the burden. Look, the cross is the burden of a Christian. Remember, I just talked about that, how carrying a cross, the smear campaign that'll be ran against you, the gaslighting, the stalking, the accusations, the messing up your reputation, the defilement of your name. That is a burden. That is the cross. That means to be targeted. X marks the spot. And we're talking about marks and stuff like that. Everyone, welcome to the build. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share. Make sure you have your notification bells on all so you won't miss a build like this. We have over 20 series running right now simultaneously on the series. On this channel. So make sure you have your notification bells on all so you won't miss your favorite series. Any suffering voluntarily borne for Christ's sake. So we got to suffer for what? Christ's sake. What is the sake of Christ? His teachings, his way of life. Not man's interpretation of it, but your individual interpretation of it. But a cross also means a trial or an affliction. So a trial or an affliction. You know what I'm saying? This is more just nothing but bad stuff means from the cross. Now, crucifixion and death of Christ as a necessary part of his mission. So they crossed him out, basically. Look, the crucifixion and death of Christ as a part of his mission. So I guess he was an agent if they say he had a mission. A mixing of breeds in the production of animals. Uh-oh. Now remember yesterday, in another build I seen that they refer to us as animals. You know what I'm saying? Teaching, the word educate. The etymology, look at the etymology of educating and see that means to train animals. Now we see cross meanings a mixing of breeds in the production of animals. A mixture of the characteristics of two different things. Pardon me, you. I'm back. Let's see. This is what I'm saying. All right. So I also be bringing up a lot whenever I'm talking on the subject of Christ consciousness and the subject of shaitan and the subject of gang stalking and all that. I say, especially the term Christ, because I said it's a smear. It's a smear pro. It's a smear campaign, and it's actually the targeting. So they're talking about Jesus was a target. They targeted Jesus and put him on a cross. A cross is a symbol for suffering. A cross is a humiliation symbol, and our people are wearing that as a mass majority. Even me, I have a tattoo of a cross on my face now. But as we evolve and grow older as people, we take other significance for the symbols and things we use in our daily nature. We redefine them and refine them. Now let's get about a cross. Oh no. I meant to show you this. This is something important. I always bring up the fact that um Shaitan, I always say I think it was Lot. I think it was Job who came across Shaitan, the cursed Shaitan, and he was like, "Where are you going, Satan?" He say, "I've been going to and fro, up and down, seeking whom I may devour." And we see to and fro, up and down is the sign of the cross. You know what I'm saying? And here it goes right here. So you see that it's not just me saying it. It's right here highlighted for you all. It says, in part a shortening of across, in part from the adverb see cross. Earliest sense is falling athwart. So we see athwart means forward, lying athwart the main direction. So we see that's back and forward. And then we see passing from side to side, meaning intersecting, lying athwart each other. You know what I'm saying? So when you see that the devil says he's been going to and fro, seeking whom he may devour. He's been going up and down, to and fro, seeking whom he may devour. He's looking for people. He's trying to X them out. He's stalking someone. He's stalking all over the world. Remember, we got to look at stalk in the sense that stalk actually, what it actually means. Let's look at stalk. Never ever typed this in before. Stem of a plant. We know that. One of the uprights of a ladder, a handle. Okay, look. Remember, whenever I bring up the subject of gang stalking or community stalking or cyber trolling or cyber bullying, cyber stalking, I always speak on your handler, your handler. You know what I'm saying? And we all know any organization, secret or otherwise, always has a ladder. Now, stalk means what? Look at this, y'all. Look at this. Stalk means wooden part, right? Stalk means wooden part of a tool or instrument, right? From Proto-Germanic stala, sources from Old English stela, to stalk or support. Steel. See, stalk comes from steel, which means to place. you know what I'm saying, place or mark your place, mark your spot. You see what I'm saying? The etymology always give them up. Now, from PIE, stole, no, form of stole, variant, stale, to put, stand, or what? Put in order. So stalking means to put something in order, y'all. To put, stand, or put something in order. You get what I'm saying? So when they're gang stalking you, they're trying to put you in order. You're showing some kind of anomaly or some kind of variance from the matrix system. That's what it is. We're looking at the matrix. Everybody always use the matrix reference, but they fail to realize that the multiplying men thingies that are chasing Neo them are the gang stalkers. They're actual gang stalkers. And Neo and Morpheus and the other beings, you see there was other beings who had powers and stuff in the matrix. We can't overlook the small particulars. And we see that they were all being stalked by the men in suits. So we see that's a governmental agent. It's a standing object or a place. Standing means to what? To make something be still. So they're trying to stagnate us. Pursue stealthily. So that means this pursuing or stalking won't be noticeable. To steal along. Look, to steal. You never thought stalking related to steal, right, you all? To walk rarely. To steal along or to walk rarely. Stalk on. Look, stalk on. From Proto-Germanic. Now, certain things are going to have its roots in German, and I'm going to tell you why in a second. To rob or steal. Stalk means to rob or steal. In another view of the old English word, might be from a sense of stalk, influenced by stalk, meaning, look, harass obsessively. Now, let's get up off of this. Oh, wait, look, it also says, look, to walk haughtily. Now, I did look at my motivational story. I mean, my motivational video, the number 2, and you'll see that I speak on Iblis and how he's haughty or big-chested. And we see Iblis is the father of all narcissists. You know what I'm saying? The gang stalkers who's seeking to steal that empathic nature out of man, that Christ consciousness. Long, awkward strides. So we see we're talking about a tall people. A stalking act of going stealthily, steep and lofty. So they're trying to climb to a high place. Now, check this out. Damn, it's so much to run through, y'all, and I've really been on here way longer. I'm thinking I was finna run through all these things I have on the screen in 5 minutes a piece and just do a little hour build. And we've been in here an hour already. I think I'm barely on the 3rd one. So let's see. We did etymology of cross, right? We seen that cross means to be X'd out. Now, we're looking at schmear. Remember I just said there's a symbolic meaning to this is what I'm talking about when building. Everything falls in place. It doesn't matter what I click on. It's going to go to where we need it. Now, remember I just said there's a significance to a lot of this stuff with stalking, and a lot of the stuff dealing with the mind and things of that nature are going to have Germanic roots because that's what they do. They like to study humans. They study people. Now, I said it before in my slave trade debunk video, I speak on the fact that, heck, I forgot where I was going with this. Oh, yeah, I speak on the fact that they learn how to tamper with mind, with the mental, with the spiritual, with the physical, and with the emotional levels of humans over there doing it in Africa. They practice on the Africans. The anomaly of the American Indian is why they can't. That's why they can't fully dominate the Americas. Have you ever noticed they fully dominated Africa, but they can't fully dominate America? You know what I'm saying? They got to rule us through force when they ruled Africa through finesse. They got to rule us through fear and threat and coercion. You get what I'm saying? Now, smear. Schmear is a word of Germanic origin, equivalent to smear or spread. So we see we're going to spread a lot or smear. You know what I'm saying? But we're finna look it up. Etymon online. Now remember what I said smear was. I said smear was something to do with being crossed out or a mark put on you, or they're running a smear campaign, which is also called gaslighting or ruining your image or ruining your reputation. Now, Old English, smearian. So smearian, smearwan, to anoint or rub with grease or oil, from Proto-Germanic smearjan, to spread grease on. Source also of Old Norse smørja, to anoint, rub with ointment. Danish smør, Swedish smorja, Dutch smeren. Remember, look, we're gonna look how it all comes from these same group languages, this same language group. You know what I'm saying? All these bad stuff, all this oppositional force in nature is coming from over that way. You know what I'm saying? Apply, solve, smear, to smear, smear, smear. Let's go down. Now, figurative sense. Figurative sense. Look, check this out. I didn't write it. Figurative sense of assault a public reputation. So remember, this is what the stalkers want to do. This is what they did to Christ. They say, you're not the king of the Jews, and yada, 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 and you do this and you do that. Assault a public reputation, just like COINTELPRO, which we're finna build on also. I have COINTELPRO right here. Let me see. COINTELPRO right here, because COINTELPRO was your gang stalkers. They organized gang stalking, and now they don't call it COINTELPRO. You have the undercover wing, if you will, or branch, if you will, which is gang stalkers or community stalking or cyber bullying, cyber stalking. Now, also to assault a public reputation by what? 1835, especially dishonor or besmirch with unsubstantiated charges. You get what I'm saying? Unsubstantiated charges. This is what they were doing to Jesus. Smearing, smear word, one used regardless of its literal meaning, but invested with invective. Now, why is this important? Why is this important, y'all? Because what do they call us? They call us Negro. They call us black. They call us colored. So that means they're going to call us that regardless of its literal meaning, but invested with invective. Is from 1938. So they're gonna smear you. They're gonna smear you with this word, no matter if you consider it or not. And I look at that as important because
Why did your daddy come back?
all right, I'm back. Letter B. I know about street theater because I've experienced it. I've been actively gang stalked since my knowledge, my first actual interaction with gang stalking was a high speed chase from, I'm not gonna say the locations, but I actually been getting gang stalked since early 2017 until I hope until December of 2019, right before New Year's. I hope I'm not being actively stalked as I speak, but from what I feel, my feelings and how I can sense gang stalkers when they near, I don't think I'm being actively stalked anymore, and that's why I'm comfortable on talking about things like the Christ consciousness and gang stalking and stuff like that. Now, smear, to mark or stain, left by smearing. From smear, sense of small quantity prepared for the microscopic examination. So a smear translates to what? Small quantity prepared for a microscopic examination. So when they mark you, they want you to examinate you. They want to dissect you. They want to see what makes you tick. They're looking for something. Meaning a quantity of cream cheese smeared on a bagel, yada, yada. Smear. So we see a shmir. So they're actually putting an SH before an MIR. So I guess they're smearing some people called mir, M-I-R. The earliest noun since in English is fat, grease, ointment. From Old English has shmiroru, fat and grease. So look, this could also, look, we can right here and also see fat, grease, ointment, things of that nature. It comes from that meaning. We'll think like, oh, that part doesn't have any significance, but look what they're doing with gluten and stuff like that, like gluten in our food and stuff like that, and messing up our diet. So we see schmear, right? All right, we did that. Now let's flip over here. What do we have? Etymology of Jesus. Pretty much we know his name, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna go over this real fast. I'm gonna go over this part really fast. This is just for the people that's coming to view this video later. We want to leave a map for them to go do their own studies. That's what this should be taken for, an interactive map being painted for you all to do your own studies. Now, Jesus, personal name of the Christian Savior. How did they say that? I thought he's supposed to be the Savior for the whole world. Late 12th century, it is the Greek form, the Greek. So we see Greco-Roman intervention when aren't the Romans the ones who killed him? Of the word Joshua, used variously in translation of the Bible. I've never seen Joshua use as Jesus in any Bible. From late Latin, Isus, properly pronounced as 3 syllables. So, Iusus, from Greek, Isus, I don't know, Jesus, I guess, which is an attempt to render into Greek the Aramaic Shemitic proper name Jeshua. Hebrew, Yeshua or Yahshua. Jah is salvation. So I take that name Jesus to be, okay, cool, when they break it down in this way, because that's cool. Jah is salvation. So we see his name. This is important. This is supposed to be the one that everyone wants you to pray to. Jesus' name literally translates to Jah is salvation. So the Most High is salvation. This is a common Jewish personal name during Hellenizing period. It is later form of Hebrew, Yehoshua. So y'all heard me using that term earlier. I'd say Yeshua or Yehoshua or Isa. Isa would be the Arabic variation of Yehoshua or Jesus. So like Jesus. Old English use Highland. Now listen. Highland, Savior. The common Middle English form was Jesu or Isu or Isa. So remember I said Isa, but that does look like a better translation of Isu because that's showing a neutral gender to the word. You know what I'm saying? The A would be feminine, the O would be male, and the neutral, which would be this U, this neutral connotation would mean that it's for the story or the figure or the personification or the manifestation of this person would be for male and female. From the Old French objective case form, from Latin oblique form, isu, genitive, dative, ablative, vocative. So we'll have to do one. We'll have to do these words. I'm looking at this GEN, and I almost want to look it up because remember I'm saying gang stalking is literally searching for the bloodline of Christ. So we'll look up these 4 words on another build. Surviving in some invocation as an oath, attested from late 14th century. Okay, cool. So we got Jesus. So we seeing that their name literally translates to the Most High is salvation, not man is salvation, but the Most High is salvation. Now let's go. Etymology of temple. I probably don't get to that today. We did this, the story of Moses. I'm running through it real fast for you all. Let's look at COINTELPRO. Let's look at COINTELPRO. COINTELPRO is just a manifestation of an old tradition called gang stalking. What's that hunky name? What's that pale face name? What is his name, man? The evil guy, J. Edgar Hoover. You know what I'm saying? Of the FBI. You know, they targeted and infiltrated almost every so-called black organization to date. including the Nation of Islam, the Moorish Science Temple of America, the UNIA, the Nation of Gods and Earths, and all your Hebrew Israelites. COINTELPRO has infiltrated every group there is, or has literally started every black so-called group. Did you hear that? I'm saying COINTELPRO has literally either infiltrated or started every so-called black movement or black power movement or African American movement here in the Americas. Even before COINTELPRO was around, when it was just still straight up just stalking, just straight Shaitan worship. Now, COINTELPRO, syllabic abbreviation derived from counterintelligence program. Now, from this is where the lies come in. From 1956 to 71 was a series of covert, which means hidden and secretive, at times illegal, projects conducted by the United States Federal Bureau of Investigation, aimed by surveilling, infiltrating, and discrediting. So we just looked at smear. We just looked at smear to be a crossing out, or to put a mark on, or to basically X out. Then we went to the word stalk, and we seen the stalk means to watch or follow or walk lightly, to be sneaky, to mark, to put on a pole, to put on a piece of wood, etc. And now we see COINTELPRO was aimed, projects conducted by the Federal Bureau of Investigation aimed at what? Surveilling, infiltrating, and discrediting. So we see that smear campaign, discrediting. And we looked at smear also. Disrupting American political organizations. I always tell people that all the gangs, check out, make sure y'all got your notification bell on all so you can check out my gang series. My gang and showing their Illuminati and Freemasonic origins. Make sure you check out that series because it's going to go hand in hand with this one. Because those beings, those kings who started those gangs were used to... Anyway, I don't want to cross build right now. I don't want to cross build. I got 20 series running right now on my channel. So make sure you check out one of them. One of them will be your favorite. Be interactive. Drop some comments. Hit that like button. Share. You now tuned in to Sebi Indigenous, the realist, the noble. Hiya, pal. Back in the booth. Reloaded like the Matrix. Now, close the door, please. Now, pardon self. Disrupting American political organizations. I always talk about Jeff Ford, Larry Hoover, what's his name? I gotta get this commercial off the screen for the copyright infringement or whatever they call it. But I talk about all the greats of our times, Tukey Williams, etc. Right, the leaders in the community who assembled the youth in a gang or a tribe. Or anyway, I don't want to. I can spoiler alert. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna show and prove that gangs are just a manifestation of tribes. So check out that gang series. It's important for the youth, and it's important. It's an important message to be spread. And if y'all don't know, I make all my videos for the youth. Now, a political organization. What is a political organization? A political organization is any organization that involves itself in the political process, including political parties, non-governmental organizations, advocacy groups, special interest groups. Special interest being what, y'all? Us. If we show a special interest into ourselves, you know what I'm saying? That's a special interest group. So they're trying to, they're integrating and they're infiltrating all of these said groups. Now, political organizations are those engaged in political activities aimed at achieving a clearly defined political goal. And that would be us, Aboriginals, us, indigenous peoples. So they're already trying to infiltrate us. Be careful who you build with. Be careful who you share your personal information with online. Just because they wear feathers don't mean that they're safe. A feather doesn't mean that's my brother. A feather just means that they have knowledge of self. A little bit. At that, FBI show records that COINTELPRO resources targeted groups and individuals that FBI deemed subversive. What does subversive mean? Refers to, look, you see military. So they're using military tactics on civilians. Look at this. Subversion refers to a process by which the values and principles of a system in place are contradicted or reversed in an attempt to transform the established the social order and its structures of power. Check out I'm going to be redoing all my podcasts, put a little vibrational music in the background, but check out my podcast on vibes and vibrations, but excuse me, pardon myself. That's a podcast also, but check out my podcast on social and political constructs. And check it out. It's very imperative information. In an attempt to transform the established social order, its structures of power, authority, hierarchy, and social norms. Subversion can be described as an attack on public morale. Now, including feminist organizations, the Communist Party. That's what they tried to do to Jeff Ford, link him to the Communist Party, like they did other people. Anti-Vietnam War, that's what they did to Malcolm X and the Nation of Islam. Civil rights movements, that's why they invaded Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks' life, Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, all of these. They're giving you reasons. They're putting their reasons as they do it. Black Power movement, so that's anybody using the term black and power consecutively. And that's your UNI. Man, I'm telling you, COINTELPRO goes back to the ancients, and we're showing and proving that through Schmear, through Cross. That's COINTELPRO. Listen, okay, Nation of Islam. Oh, they even listed Black Panther Party, environmentalists. So they're invading environmentalists. So anybody that cares about the environment or the nature and animal rights, they need to invade animal rights people. Hell. American Indian movements, independent movements such as Puerto Rican independence and groups like the Young Lords, Tango Puerto Rico. And damn, they got their own tango. We got tango blasts out here in Texas, by the way. They'll be on my gangs and Satanism build also. A variety of organizations that were part of a broader New Left. What does New Left mean? The New Left was a broad political movement, mainly in the 60s and 70s. They're lying. Noble Drew Ali was the first person to say a new era of time. So look, the New Left was a broad political movement, and Noble Drew Ali was political in nature, and his movement was political in nature. Local Tomo, peace. Don't delete your comments. I want to see your comments. I'm trying to know who you are. I want to feel your energy. Can you feel mine? Now, okay, watch this. The FBI has used covert operations, so there goes stalk again, against domestic, so that means at home, that means here in America, political groups since its inception. However, covert operations under official COINTELPRO label took place under official, notice they're just saying the official, so that's when they try to make it into its own branch of the military or its own branch of government or its own branch of police, shit like that. Excuse my language. But COINTELPRO tactics are still used to this day. Look, tactics, are still used till what? This day, and have been alleged to include, look, booyah, discrediting targets. Remember that X, that Christ, that mark. It's a target on Christ's back. It was a target on Jesus's back, just like we have targets on our backs, the marks that society puts on us. Black, Negro, colored, black male, black female, black child, those type things are marks that they put on us, targeting us through psychological warfare. What is psy-war? Or the basic aspects of modern psychological operations, psy-op, have been known by many other names or terms, including MISO, psyops, political warfare, hearts and minds. Look at this, hearts and minds. So they know when you're dealing with the psychological, they have now came to understand, like we do, that the heart and the mind is dealing with the psychological. And propaganda. The term is used to denote any action which is practiced. Okay, cool. I don't want to click on any links right now. Booyah. Hey, Chief Sebi. Chief Sebi did that. Look at what this says, y'all. Smearing individuals. Booyah. MJ Givens, peace. Let me get your wrench back. I thought I had already re-wrenched you up in this joint. Peace, sis. How are we? Now, listen. Schmear. Remember I just talked about Christ, meaning smear. And look at this. Smearing individuals. This is what COINTELPRO does in groups using forced. They use forged documents. That means they act like they're police. They act like they are documented people. Incomplete sentence. I was going to ask if you feel that the platform could be used towards COINTELPRO. Not only was I interrupted with my comment, I also thought, so what if who's watching Soak Info? Oh yes, indeed. So yes, indeed. But the COINTELPRO comes on the YouTube platform in the semblance of unity. When people want to unite with you and befriend you and get information on you here on YouTube, other than the purpose of information. Like I come together with people for information, for building, for getting right knowledge, but I don't come together for people for purposes outside of YouTube. Never, because that's they could be plants. And by planting false reports in the media. Now we have social media, and we seen that this was a social. Look, right now, look, subversive. We see that this is dealing with the social norms. And look, we have social media. So that's where you get your cyber stalking and things of that nature. This is all COINTELPRO harassment, wrongful imprisonment, which your brother has suffered before, and illegal violence, including assassination. Booyah. So we see COINTELPRO knocking heads off. You know what I'm saying? It's the act of killing a prominent person for either political, religious, or monetary reasons. So we see Jesus was indeed assassinated. The FBI's stated motivation was protecting national security. So they're protecting their national interests, their nation's interests. Forget the rest of the nations and tribes. They're protecting their interests. Now, preventing violence and maintaining the existence. Look, remember I said check out my social and political construct video, because look, booyah, social and political order. Beginning in 1969, leaders of the Black Panther Party were targeted by COINTELPRO. Okay, cool. So we see that they're with the smear campaign. Let me highlight that again, because I didn't make this up. I didn't write none of these articles, y'all. And I'm just being guided to reveal them in the way I'm revealing them, y'all, in these steps or these stages or in these degrees. What up though? Peace, y'all. Peace, everyone. Higher power. But do you all see the link? We went from Christ to smear to cross we went to Christ, which is smear. We went to cross, which means to mark. So we're marking out individuals to smear. Then we see COINTELPRO is about the same thing. Wow, that's profound. That's what I call profound jewels. Okay, we're gonna get to this, but I may not even okay, we were gonna get into that, looking into more on Christ. Now when did Christianity believe? We're not gonna get on this. We're gonna do a whole segment on Christianity. So that is not dealing with the term Christ or Christ consciousness at all. So we're not gonna mess up the lesson and the vibes and the build that we're doing right now by doing that. But let me check how long we've been in here. And anytime you want to check how long you've been in here, you tap the screen, you take that red bubble that appears on the timeline, and you just scroll all the way back to the beginning. And it's saying we only been in here for 31 minutes. Wow. It seems like it's been much longer than 31 minutes. But anyway, we're doing good on time. Now, okay, we did what is etymology. Okay, cool. Now, let's see. Etymology of idolatry. Let's see what this actually means. Worship of idols or images. So when you get your Jesus pictures, you get your cross, which is an idol. It is an image. They said that was an image made of the tool used to crucify the prophet Jesus. Now, from Old French, idolatry, and from vulgar Latin, idolatria. So we see idolatry, put a feminine on it. Contraction of late Latin, idolatria, another feminine, tetrullian, from ecclesiastical Greek, ideolatria, worship of idols, or ideolon, which means what? Image. And that's what we do today. So I gotta go ahead and build on that real fast. That we do today, worship images. Instead of like, look, let's use for example, um, people in this day and era, instead of saying I love the music Beyonce makes, we say I love Beyonce. Instead of saying I love the creator for making Beyonce, or look how good to create, look how wonderful the creator is for giving Beyonce talent. You get what I'm saying? We shouldn't take in any form of idolatry. That's how they get us. Definitely in the YT area. Oh, most indeed. I've been actively stalked on gang. I've been actively gang stalked on YouTube since I've been here. And that's another shout out to MJ Gibbons. That's another sister that has been. That's another person I know personally that has been gang stalked and has dealt with these people. Now, etymology of idolatry. Okay, we went there. Boom, we got the circle 7. I was gonna bring that up for a reason, but let's see if I can't. Look, we're not even gonna do it. I was gonna bring that up for a reason. Now let's go here. While I get my things together, I'm gonna play this real fast. All right, look. Now we talked about the Christ consciousness, right? And I made this video. I showed part of it in the first segment we did in the part 1 of this video. I'm gonna show another little segment. We see the sis MJ Givens was here live with us when this was made. Look, shout out MJ Givens again. And Let Her Be, you were here also. Shout out Let Her Be. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna give what I can honestly say I know my mother for the first. Okay, cool. Now, you remember when you remember now, I didn't set any of this up. Y'all know this was live and this was based off the comments inside the comment section on December 12th. We see that 3, which is mastery, and we see that the 219 was the year of mastery, and we see that 3 plus 3 is 6. So I was sitting over there. DEC would be deceased. I was sitting over there in this deceased state of mind over there, in a deceased state over there in my city before I came out here to be free on the land and to get out of the cities, the counties. You know what I'm saying? I live in a tiny home, and I live out on free land and stuff. And y'all know, hit up my email or stuff on more information on that. And I am going to be doing a segment on teaching people how to. We're going to be doing all kind of stuff this summer. We're actually, anyway, the tribe got a lot going on for this summer. But anyway, I'm gonna play this because do you remember when upon Jesus seeing his mother, someone was like, Jesus, there go your mother and your brother, or your mother and your sister, and he was like, that's not my mother and my sister, only the ones that's doing the work of my Lord, the ones who think like me, who behave like me, are my mother, brother, and sister, etc. Now, this is I look at this as an example because I was talking on in this segment right here, this live stream back last year. I was talking on gang stalking and seeking the Christ consciousness. So I was already talking about the things we're going over in this video. But anyway, I'm gonna play, and let's see what we can glean from this. Children's mother, we got a daughter finna be born in April. I do not know that woman. Period. I can honestly say I do not know what. I can honestly say I know my mother for the first 11 years of my life, but after that, I do not know that woman. You know what I'm saying? And the way she treats me right now, I feel it and I see it. Like, she doesn't know me. But look how old I look, y'all. You know what I'm saying? When everybody pause for a second. Shout out Akila Woolly Hair. Peace, sis. Peace, sis. Now let's go into this. We're shout out to everyone. Make sure you hit the like button and share as you come in, y'all. We building on Christ constant stuff. We got a few more. I got 3 more little pieces or segments or things to build on, and then I'm gonna do like a little freestyle building at the end, and then we're gonna close this out. But this is part 2. Anyway, check this out. Start talking about this stuff, y'all. I can't let them sap me on my energy, like for real, for real. Like that, people like that suck the life out of you. You know what I'm saying? People talk about vampires and shit, like, man, what happened to your voice, bro? Man, I'm sick all of a sudden. But this is my voice though. This is my regular voice though. But I'm sick. My throat, my chest. but I'm not. I'm just not. I'm not the same person. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna sound crazy, but I'm just not the same person no more, y'all. Like, I'm just a whole different person. I'm Sebi. I'm just a whole different person. I'm not Doctor Sebi. You know what I'm saying? I'm just Sebi Indigenous. I just so happen to got the same name as him. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not Indigenous Realist. You know what I'm saying? I'm not Allen. I'm not none of those people no more. Believe it or not, you know what I'm saying? If y'all ever know anything about killing the self, killing the ego, destroying the self, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's the only way to survive. You got. You see what I'm saying? I'm not talking about compromising integrities. I'm talking about compromising and killing that ego, that sense of self, that thing that makes us narcissists or gives us narcissistic traits. That feeling that you want to be the center of attentions. Pardon me. Now that's what I'm speaking of right here in this part. But we're gonna go back to some more etymology. I just think that this is really a really great live stream. This is when I first made the manifestation as Chief Sebi. You know what I'm saying? Back to the world also, by the way. Destroy self. You know what I'm saying? You gotta destroy yourself. Like, you gotta annihilate self. Like, people don't know. Like, I came to the. Y'all check this out. This is gonna be really powerful. I like this part of the video. That's the reason why I started us watching right here. This is really powerful. Check this out. Point of collapse. I came to a point of mental collapse, mental defeat, where I couldn't take it, and I prayed to the Creator, and I said, "Hey, I don't want to go to oblivion, so just take it all away." Boom. You know what I'm saying? There, right here in this part, I openly confess, and I tell you all briefly that I had a talk standing face to face with the Creator, not in the physical sense, but in the spiritual sense, where I was stripped bare of everything I had except my morals, and I reached inside self. And y'all notice on my one of my freestyles, I say being all alone makes you talk to God where the heart is, because we have a heartstring. You know what I'm saying? Our heartstring connects us straight to the Most High in the physical sense, in the spiritual sense, and so therefore, that's the reason why I actually say that. I actually told the Most High, I prayed, I begged. I was in the county jail. I had already fasted for 12 days, and you know what I'm saying? This is the start of my 44-day fast. So I was about on my 11th or 12th day. I was like in the first quarter of that fast still, even though I didn't know at this time it was going to be 44 days. Anyway, I talk more on that in my fasting, true fast videos and stuff. Check that out. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to say that. I told the Most High to take everything away that was not for me, like just wipe it all away. And he wiped out everything, oblivion. He obliviated everything. It was either that or for me to be annihilated. I either had to sacrifice myself in the sense that I killed myself. Like, that principle of self no longer exists. And that's where you get me saying that I am an anomaly. And I refer to myself as Indigenous Realist Hive and stuff like that. But anyway, I don't want to spook y'all out or anything. You know what I'm saying? Just take everything, take it all away. You know what I'm saying? And he did just that, and I accept that. You know what I'm saying? My mind back clear. I never had my mind like I haven't had my mind. I didn't have my mind when y'all met me. Indigenous Realist took over, and he saved me. You know what I'm saying? He just kept me around until I could ask the Creator to save me. You get what I'm saying? Indigenous. This is where I acknowledge in this live stream. I call it downloads. Thank you so much, Keela Woolley here. That truly inspires us, for real, to keep going and keep dropping jewels. You know what I'm saying? I don't let the numbers move me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to affect as many as I can. You know what I'm saying? Get as many as I can on the right path. But thank you a lot, sis. And that's why I move more out of history and more into the spiritual nature of us, because I'm finna be doing a reconstruction of my channel, and this is a spiritual channel. This is a conscious channel, y'all. Like, first and foremost, y'all know that. Now, check this out. I am Heyoka Empath. Y'all know that. But anyway, let me play some more though. This is crazy. This is real. This is real. This really kept me afloat to the. My bad. The reason why I paused it is, and I'll rewind a little bit because I know I messed it up. But look, let me go right here to 5150. That's one of my favorite numbers. Y'all don't hack into my damn code. That's my credit card number, by the way. Nah, I'm joking, but it is for real. I'm gonna change it now. Damn. But anyway, on a serious note, y'all, I manifested. I mean, indigenous realists manifested up out of a child, out of a man named Alan, right? Because little did I know I was finna go through the most tumultuous, the most turmoil, the most worst, the most hardest time of my life. This 9 months that I went from February to November. In November is when I became fully awakened as a Heyoka empath, and I knew my purpose. I had received that divine download of Christ consciousness, which a lot of people can do, you know what I'm saying? Which others can do, which there are other examples of Christ consciousness out right now. You know what I'm saying? I just want to acknowledge any because they're in their own, they're leading their own. You know what I'm saying? They're dropping jewels in their way, but I do see them. I do see the people, just like I see it in Malcolm X. I see it in Martin Luther King. I see it in Garvey. I see it in all the greats out of our lineage, out of our ancestors. Look at them as our ancestors. Noble Ali was the start of consciousness in 1913 AD for our so-called black people, so-called Negro people. That's facts. Him and Marcus Garvey, who was his forerunner, then trace that lineage of consciousness all the way up to the presence, which is we, which is us, which is the here and now. Okay, cool. Thank you all. Thank you all for hitting that like button. I'm finna dig straight back in. I'm finna press play again. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not indigenous realist. You know what I'm saying? I'm not Alan. I'm not none of those people no more. Believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? If y'all ever know anything about killing the self, killing the ego, destroying the self, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's the only way to survive. You gotta destroy self. You know what I'm saying? You gotta destroy yourself. Like, you gotta annihilate self. Like, people don't know, like, build and destroy. I came to the point of collapse. I came to the point of mental collapse, mental defeat, where I couldn't take it. And I prayed, I prayed to the Creator, and I said, "Hey, I don't want to go to oblivion, so just take it all away." You know what I'm saying? Just take everything, take it all away. You know what I'm saying? And he did just that, and I accept that. You know what I'm saying? My mind back clear. I never had my mind like I haven't had my mind. I didn't have my mind when y'all met me. Right there, that's a key point that y'all didn't know. The avatar, Alan self, that I-ness, that isness, that ego, that one that was which was born from Diana, right? That being my first manifestation, my first physical manifestation of this vehicle we call the avatar. You know what I'm saying? That person right there had to die. Like, I literally had to sacrifice him because he no longer exists. I became a vagabond in my land. I had to flee my land. I had to leave my land. I had to come out of my city and be free on the land, which was my goal. If y'all look back, I should have had it up, but that was my goal, you know what I'm saying, with my YouTube channel, to take you all with me on my adventure into going into nature, going into being free on the land and showing you all our rights as indigenous people. You know what I'm saying? Our rights as indigenous people. That's why I manifested. You know what I'm saying? But indigenous realists just manifested just to save Alan. Alan was in a sunken place. I was on drugs. I was my heart was broken. I was not thinking right. I was suffering paranoia, psychosis. I was suffering heart problems, lung problems. I was catching pneumonia over and over again. This was what was going on off the camera during indigenous realists. Um, that manifestation. This is real talk, and I'm not boosting at all, y'all. And anyway, that 44-day fast totally cleansed my body of all toxins. This really took over, and he saved me. You know what I'm saying? He just kept me around until I could ask the Creator to save me. You get what I'm saying? Indigenous realists kept me afloat till the Creator was able to save me. You know what I'm saying? Till I was able to muster up the strength to ask the Creator for strength. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't have it. You get what I'm saying? Like, do y'all really get what I'm saying? Like, I hope y'all can hear. If y'all can really get it, like, I know a lot of people won't, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is exactly what I'm saying, y'all. Like, I came to a fork in the road, right? I came to a fork in the road, and on the left side, it was insanity. It was out sanity because I'm insane right now. I'm in my sanity. I'm inside my sanity. I love you more. I just said it live. I love you more. Now, check this out, where I explain the difference between outsane and insane. You know what I'm saying? You have insane and you have outsane. They want us to believe that we are insane when we show a particular group of characteristics as far as like being oppositional defiant or being defiant of the opposition. And that's what they name me. Check out my I promise you will enjoy my motivational videos. They are entitled The Saber Illuminati Experience. I have part 1 and part 2. I haven't heard any feedback from either one of them. That's why I haven't did part 3. I refuse to waste my time. As a master of time, I understand the essence and the nature of time. And we'll build on that also. I have a bill written out about time already. Now, let me play this back again. I didn't have it. You get what I'm saying? Like, do y'all really get what I'm saying? Like, I hope y'all can hear. If y'all can really get it, like, I know a lot of people won't, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is exactly what I'm saying, y'all. Like, I came to a fork in the road, right? I came to a fork in the road, and on the left side, it was insanity. It was out sanity because I'm insane right now. I'm in my sanity. I'm inside my sanity right now. But and you can check that out on my podcast on mental illness. Check out where I talk about insane and outsane. But I just received a download that I need to break down before I go right here. I need to actually show you all something. Now, when I say I came into a split in the road, right, where I stood right facing oblivion or facing my sanity, right, a split in the road. Here I'm gonna show you all real fast the split in the road that Cain and Abel faced, about the paths. And I talk about the paths: sociopaths, psychopaths, and empaths, which I am a Heyoka empath, fully awakened. And I'll explain more on that. So if you're interested on things like that, and by the way, y'all, all hit me on Instagram at Chief Sebi. I changed it. It was Chief Sebi Indigenous. You can find me on Instagram at Chief Sebi. Just type in Chief Sebi. You will find the chief, the red-haired chief. Now, it'll be like turquoise or gray or something. I'm going some other frequency of color next week. Now, check this out. Let me type this in because people miss this. But Cain stood before a path or 2 doors also. Watch this. I hope you all are enjoying this build. Oh yeah, they'll understand. That's why I'm putting this info out. That's why I'm finna reconstruct my channel, because I gotta do what, you know what I'm saying, the Most High called me to do. And that's just to reveal the truth that we gotta stop idol worshiping, and that we must proclaim the creator, and nothing else is above us but the creator. No interceder, no nothing. Just the creator stands right there. I had my own personal talk with the creator, y'all. And I'm standing on that. I'm willing to burn in hell forever for that, to vouch for that truth right there. For that truth right there, I'm willing to burn forever. If there's such thing as hell, which hell is something literal. I'm going to do a class on heaven and hell, a whole series where I break down the principles of heaven and hell and show that it's right here on earth, and that heaven and hell both denote to a burning inside the chest. You know what I'm saying? A literal sense of going inside the heaven and hell, which is our experience, karma, indeed. Now, this is a summary of the biblical account of brothers and... No, I don't want a summary account. I want the... Okay, here it is. Now, Adam made love to his wife. Wow. This... Now, we see already, just from this, we know that the real that the real deal, any real deal translation is gonna say Alan, Adam knew his wife, not made love. They didn't make love. They were doing it rough, jungle sex. Now, pardon me, y'all. Pardon me for my humor, y'all. I apologize. But Adam made love to his wife Eve, and she became pregnant and gave birth to Cain. She said, "With the help of God, I have brought forth a man." Now, with the help of God, she brought forth that man. So she's proclaiming Cain. Cain is actually proclaimed to be coming straight from the Most High. Now, look, she gave his life. So his example, Cain is also a prophet. Abel and Cain are both prophets, by the way. With the help of the Lord, I have gave forth to a man. So therefore, she gave Cain up to the Lord at birth, just like our mother's supposed to do. Or you get what I'm saying? Later, she gave birth to his brother Abel. Now, Abel kept flocks, and Cain worked the soil. Now, I did a live build where I spoke on Cain and Abel. Remember, it's called introversion. If you want to hear more on this build where I go deeper, but I'm gonna redo the build right now on Cain and Abel. But if you want to hear it a deeper insight or a further breakdown on it, check out my live stream I did entitled Introversion, a empath's safe haven. Now Abel kept flocks and Cain worked the soil. Now we're seeing two different stations. We see Abel is a pasture. Abel is a herder or a pastor. I'm tripping. Yeah. Abel is a sheep herder. I'm looking for a specific word, you all. Cain worked the soil, so he's like a farmer. In the course of time, Cain brought some of the fruits of the soil as an offering to the Lord, and Abel also brought an offering, fat portions from some of the firstborn of his flock. The Lord looked with favor on Abel and his offering, but on Cain and his offering he did not look with favor. And I break down in my build over there in that other stream where I break down the fact that Cain showed empathic nature, where he didn't want to offer a blood sacrifice. He didn't want to offer up. He didn't want to kill something. Look at the screen, business. Crosses, and then you got the Star of Day right there. That's crazy. And that's the build we doing too. That's crazy. Manifestations. And Abel. Okay, so anyway, I just look at this as a lesson. I break down this lesson. Remember, Bible stories or scriptures, any kind of scriptures, are to be used as experience, for we to glean experience off of it. We break down those stories and glean literal experience, so we don't have to go through the thing. There's two things in the world. The difference between a wise man and a smart man. A smart man makes a mistake. He writes his mistake and therefore doesn't do it again. So he gains knowledge. Now, a wise man watches the smart man and he just totally avoids the situation because he gains experience from the smart man's experience. Do you get what I'm saying? The wise man doesn't have to participate in the experience. That's the purpose of that saying. And I always use it about the wise man and the smart man. And the purpose or the significance of that is that a wise man can glean experience and glean knowledge, information, inner and understanding and overstanding from studying a situation or experience. And that's facts. That's why I relate so much of my personal experience, so you all can relate it to your children and yourselves and apply those experiences, so you don't have to go through the things I did, which is all kinds of atrocities. Now, and Abel also brought an offering, fat portion. Okay. The Lord, okay. Now, then the Lord said to Cain, "Why are you angry?" Okay, so Cain was very angry, and his face was downcast. Now, if you know anything about empaths, the reason why I say Cain is an empath is because not only did he not want to kill an animal, but he was more on farming or planting, knowing about the reincarnation. Knowing about the regenerative nature of plants. So he knew that plants, he grows a plant, he plants a seed, the plant matures, it yields fruit, or it yields vegetable, or it yields produce. It produces, and therefore when you take that produce, it keeps producing. It's a eternity, it's a cipher. You get what I'm saying? So Cain showed empathic nature. He was recycling. He was basically he was using renewed resources. I mean, renewable resources or reusable resources. Now, Cain was very angry and his face was downcast. Does this mean he's a bad person? No. This means he has strong emotions. Cain has a strong emotional wow, I just received a download, y'all. I just received a download. Oh, that bill is gonna be great. Now, then the Lord said to Cain, "Why are you angry? Why is your face downcast? If you do what is right, will you not be accepted?" So he's telling him, if you do what is right, will you not be accepted? So whoever this figure is, I'm not going to say this is the Most High. Notice I'm using the terms they're using. Lord. Lord means ruler. You know what I'm saying? Lord means ruler. They use the word, I think if I'm not mistaken, Adonai. You know what I'm saying? Which is a title. Now, if you do what is right, will you not be accepted? Now, remember I told you about the paths, where you get the paths and you also get what is masonry called a path. You know what I'm saying? What is sorcery called a path or order. Masonry is called an order. So you get a path meaning or order. So you have to be what? To get into Freemasonry or in any other group. Will you not be accepted? Now, free and accepted or right of Masons, right? Ain't that what it's called? But if you do not do what is right, now remember earlier we seen New Left. We see COINTELPRO is searching for, or they're trying to cross out, smear, destroy, assassinate the New Left. And I told you that Noble Drew Ali brung in the new era of time. I'm not a Moor. I'm not affiliated with Moors. I'm not affiliated with any group, any organized group. Sin is crouching at your door. Now listen, sin is crouching at your door. Sin is crouching at your door. So he's showing that in this lesson we can discern that if by his nature, his gentle farming nature, his gentle empathic nature, his emotional nature, we see that leads to sin if it's not controlled, if it's not directed usefully. It desires to have you. So sin desires to have you. So an unhealthy release of your emotions is inevitable if you're not using them right. You must rule over it. Now look, I just said a control. I'm not pre-reading this, you know what I'm saying? I haven't seen this actual scripture in years and years, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm just a biblical scholar, so I can just, and I'm a master storyteller, master builder, you know what I'm saying? A real chief, a real healer, a real Heyoka empath, you know what I'm saying? I'm entertaining you all by giving you all knowledgeable information. That's my entertainment. I'm entertaining myself. Now, Cain said to his brother Abel. Now listen, Abel is Ab-El. Ab-El. We'll get on that more. I ain't gonna break it down too much, but I am a esoterist. You know what I'm saying? I am, you know what I'm saying? I like to dig into the esoteric nature of any piece of information. But anyway, look, they already said sin is crouching at your door if you do not do what is right. What is right, you will not be accepted. So you have to do a sacrifice to be accepted into this order that this Lord or person is talking to Abel, because it's not fact. It's not fact, and I can show and prove how that is a man that they are talking to by his footsteps being heard, and also by him not knowing where Adam and Eve were, by him having to call out, and by him not knowing that they had ate of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Now, but if you do, all right. Now, Cain said to his brother Abel, let's go out to the field. So he say, let's go out to the field, bruh. I ain't trying to talk to you in the house. You know what I'm saying? I want to, hey, let's go to the field. Let's go talk to this mano y mano. Let's go talk about this to men. We see that Cain is not in the heat of, we see that he's not in the heat of the situation. He's trying to walk off. He's trying to release his anger. He's trying to let them emotions go out. And now he wants to just speak to his brother out in the field without interruption. Now, while they were in the field, Cain attacked his brother Abel and killed him. Now, the Lord said to Cain, where is your brother Abel? I don't know. Am I my brother's keeper? Now, am I my brother's keeper? The Lord said, what have you done? Listen, your brother's blood cries out from the ground. So this is the ancestors, or this is the relatives crying out to us right now, like how our people's blood is crying out to us. You know what I'm saying? It's crying out to us into the world. You know what I'm saying? We from the earth. We're indigenous people. You know what I'm saying? Indigenous means sprung out from the ground. So now you are under a what? A curse. A curse, as in magic. Driven what? From the ground or from the land, right? He's driven from the ground, from the soil. So that means he's not to die. Did y'all know that Cain was one of the, 3 people in the Bible to never die, to not have suffered physical death? Cain never dies in the Bible. That's fact. Look it up. Which opened its mouth to receive your brother's blood from your hand. So he's rejected because instead he sacrificed. When you work the ground, it will no longer yield its crops for you. You will be a restless wanderer on the earth. So a traveler or a restless wanderer. So he's so he doesn't have a home to call his own. He's ever moving. Vagabond. And this is why I started showing sympathy and empathy to Cain when I became a vagabond, lost out in the world, you know what I'm saying, with that mark on me where no one could see me or no one could touch me. My punishment is more than I can bear. Today you are driving me from the land, not the ground, but from the land, and I will be hidden from your presence. Presence means like what? Kingdom, or his rule, or his what do you call it? Not county. I'm looking for his dominion, but I'm really looking for a whole nother word. I will be a restless wanderer. So a restless wanderer. So he doesn't take a rest. So he's going out, and whoever finds me will kill me. So Cain is being gang stalked. Whoever finds me will kill me. There's not supposed to be anyone else on the earth. But look, but the Lord said to him, not so. Oh, and also we look at this. Look, whoever finds me will kill me. Whoever finds me will kill me. So Cain must look different from all the other people on the earth, because he said whoever finds me will kill me. But the Lord said to him, not so. Anyone who kills Cain suffers vengeance 7 times over. 7 being the number of the Most High. So he's saying that he put his own protection on him. And then he further says that by look, then the Lord put a mark on Cain. A mark for what? So that no one who found him would kill him. Now, this is a key point. Gang stalkers are non-violent. They literally want to drive you out your mind. They want to make you lose your sanity or put you in jail, force you to do a crime to get yourself put in jail, but they will not touch you. You are completely safe from physical damage, and I promise you that. They will use other people to physically hurt you, but they will not. And that's because we have a mark on us from the Most High. We have a mark on us from the Most High. We cannot be touched. We cannot be killed. So Cain went out from the Lord's presence and lived in the land of Nod, east of Eden. Now we can look at Job, who I also see myself in Job out the Bible, from me having everything I knew of snatched from me, including my wife, my children, mother, father, sister, brothers, everything. My whole life was snatched from me and then re-given back in the new equivalent. Now, he put the mark on Cain so that no one who found him would kill him. So Cain went out from the Lord's presence and lived in the land of Nod, east of Eden. We'll build on that on another day. But I just want to show you all that Cain was indeed scared of gang stalkers. Whoever finds me will kill me. Look, whoever finds me will kill me. But no, the Lord said, anyone who, he put a mark on him so no one who found him would kill him. So they've been tracing certain lineages, you know what I'm saying? Because even if Cain didn't literally die, his bloodline definitely isn't dead. So we'll come back on that on another build, y'all. Anyway, let's play right here. And then I'm finna close this up in a little bit. I thank you all for diligently, you know what I'm saying, seeking that information, that knowledge. You know what I'm saying? I'm not narcissistic in any way. This ain't coming from me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a medium. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a medium. I'm just letting the information and knowledge flow through me. You know what I'm saying? All I did was study. Get it? Like, I know a lot of people won't. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is exactly what I'm saying, y'all. Like, I came to a fork in the road, right? I came to a fork in the road, and on the left side, it was insanity. It was out sanity because I'm insane right now. I'm in my sanity. I'm inside my sanity right now. But between that fork, there was a fork in the road, right? And Indigenous Realist was standing in the middle. Indigenous Realist was standing in the middle, and I looked at self. He looked right back at me, and he said, "You want to go this way? You want to go that way?" And over to the left, it was insanity. You know what I'm saying? It was what people would call insanity, but I call it out sanity. It was out sanity. You know what I'm saying? Just peace, like just peace. Like I could have had all the peace in the world. You know what I'm saying? If I would have chose that, but instead, on the right hand path, they say, the left one was saying like insanity, oblivion. Hit that like button as you come in. Just take it all away. You know what I'm saying? Like just everything gonna be gone, like everything. Cause I had already lost everything, my everything. She was my everything. You know what I'm saying? This is the thing about gang stalking too. I all right, look, y'all always hear me saying that I don't talk about religion, but y'all always hear me talking about the creator and stuff. But you know, and in my perception, the creator name is a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I know that's gonna mess some of y'all up because y'all never hear me say that because that's something personal. That's something personal. You know what I'm saying, between each individual and God. However they see him, in my eyes, it don't matter what name you call God. It don't matter what name you call the creator. It's only one creator. You know what I'm saying? And in my the name I use for him is Allah, and I've been using the name Allah for decades. You know what I'm saying? It's my whole life. You know what I'm saying? But y'all will never hear it because I don't force my personal stuff on other people. But you know what I'm saying? But anyway, I gave up. Like I put her over a lot. Like I I started worshiping a human, y'all. Like I worshipped her. Like y'all don't even understand it, y'all. I worshipped her. Like y'all don't even understand what to give up. Like to say how I was able to push Allen, just to hide Allen, y'all, and Indigenous Realists will come out, y'all. Like have y'all ever seen like y'all know what I'm saying? Like Dragon Ball Z, like Super Saiyan 1, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan 4, Super Saiyan. Y'all, like Indigenous Realist was just a Super Saiyan. Like he just used to come out to get my mind out of this chaos that I was living off screen. I was living through chaos. I went through the hardest and worst time of my life. And I used to tell her that I'd rather go back to my childhood and get beat and get stomped and all of that than have to go through this. You know what I'm saying? Because I loved her more than I loved anything else possible. And that's what gang stalking will do to you. That's what people don't know. Like people say getting gang stalked, they don't know what it's like to live with your handler. They don't know what it's like to love somebody more than you love Allah, more than you love God Himself. They don't know what it's like to just give up on everything, but yet to seem normal and to realize that you've let a person infiltrate every aspect of your life, every aspect of your life.
You know what I'm saying? Every aspect of your life, you've let people infiltrate your family, your friends, your whole entire system of your life. And then to come through a pathway, to come down a road, the road we call life, the road we call consciousness, the road we call self, the road we call awakening, whatever you want to call it, to come to a fork in that road and to say, do you want to go keep on, or do you want to just say, give it all away? Like, let me take this all away, or you know what I'm saying? Like, let me take all this away, or what's up? I'm telling you, like, y'all, do y'all get what I'm saying? Like, for real, for real. Like, I just stood like, I'm right here, y'all, and I just looked at myself, and myself was standing in front of me, and he say, hey, you can have everything you had in your life. You can go this way. You can keep everything. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, this is what's gonna lead, and to see what that's gonna lead to know that you're there right now. You already walking through that.
I'm talking about a literal, spiritual, mental, and physical conversation between me and the Most High, and me seeing that I can have my old life back, which was pure chaos, hustling, paranoia, violence, um, etc. All the people in my old life, etc. Or just start over, recreate myself, reinvent myself, redefine self, which I always, Indigenous Realist was always telling you all about self-definition. But anyway,
That door. I'm already walking through that door of insanity. You know what I'm saying? I was there. I was there. And it say just continue on, and you can keep all your friends, all your family, everything you love, your peace. Or go through this, and you finna experience some shit you ain't never experienced, but at the end you gonna get something more than, you know what I'm saying? But all this negativity, all this fake love, all these fake people are gonna be taken out your life. I took that. I told Allah, take it all away, and he took it all away. Like, there's nothing here. Y'all, if you don't believe me, there's nothing left of my old life. There's nothing. There's nothing. There's not one person from my old life here. Like, y'all don't even get it. Like, I have no mother. I have no father. I have no sisters, no brothers. I have no aunts, no uncles. I have no grandmothers, no grandfathers. I have no children. You know what I'm saying? I have nothing, like, except myself. And you get what I'm saying? Like, I can literally go start over anywhere I want. I'm just
you see, I proclaimed right here, December 12th, 2019, that I could literally go somewhere else and restart and start over, get another chance at life. And that's exactly what I did. Like, I was still homeless and stuff after this video, you know what I'm saying? Sleeping outside, not being able to interact with my not being able to make content. I made over 100 something bills that I wrote out, 1,000-word bills and stuff that I wrote out just to keep my mental capacity, because my mind is like, it ignites, you know what I'm saying? One word, one thought, one uh provocation can ignite my mind where it sets me off, you know what I'm saying? And if I don't release it in some kind of way, it will fry me. So I release it in writing out bills, you know what I'm saying? And then I relay those bills. I be I build with self. That's what saves me. Studying and building with self actually saves me. You know what I'm saying? But anyway,
all right. Y'all know what it goes. Come on, y'all. Like,
look, I received a download right here.
y'all see the movies, right? Like, oh, and Christmas coming up. Ain't that a coincidence? The Ghost of Christmas Past and shit like that, where they got the rich dude, right? And he dies, and now he's looking at. Come on, y'all. Like, come on, y'all. Like, this shit ain't no coincidence, y'all. And I didn't even think of this. Y'all see how random that shit was. I mean, it just came. I don't even want to keep saying it because this shit is hitting home as I'm saying it, and it's also in the Bible. So look, I'm gonna break it down real quick. The the story of Christmas Past, the Ghost of Christmas Past, and all of that, yada yada, where he dies and he comes back with the, or I don't know if he dies or he just goes with the spirit and he's able to see everybody, like the past, the present, and the future, but they can't see him. And he's seeing what's going on and stuff. Y'all remember that, right? Truman Show, something similar. I'm gonna have to check it out. I don't know what that is. What it said. Nothing like it, no price or peace of mind. Yeah, like y'all, yeah. Who wear a Kia Woolly hair? A Kia Woolly hair, peace. Anybody else that came up in here?
That shows y'all I didn't set this up. I didn't just now type Akila Woolly Hair and ask her a question, and then I'm saying her name in the build also. I didn't set that up, man. I ain't set that up. But anyway, Akila Woolly Hair, hit me up on Instagram. And that's crazy. I just typed it in the chat, and now I'm looking at myself, look at self, and say Akila Woolly Hair, Akila Woolly Hair.
Man, peace, y'all. My bad, y'all. I just hit the like button. Make sure y'all hit the like button and share. I am a specter right now. Like, I see my past. Like, I'm talking about a specter. Y'all remember the story in the Bible where Abraham, I'm getting confused. I don't got it like Indigenous Realists had it, y'all. Like, I don't got it like that no more, but it's cool. You know what I'm saying? I know why he was here, that purpose. Hey, he did that for us, you know what I'm saying? He saved y'all, brother. But anyway, but that analytical mind and shit where I can just pull up information, it ain't here no more. You know what I'm saying? It may seem crazy, but it's rock with me, y'all. It's like, I get it, I figure it out, but that nigga had it, and I just don't. You know what I'm saying? If y'all get it, y'all get it. But anyway, hell, where should I start? And the crazy thing, y'all hear emotion coming in my voice, and y'all see how I'm everywhere. But listen, y'all, I got more peace inside of me than I've ever had in my life, and that's word to me. Like, that's word to self. That's by a lot. Like, I got peace. I got more peace inside of me right now, y'all. Like, I'm happier in my life than I've ever been in my life. Yes, I'm sad about my children, but that's the only thing holding me to this past life. And now it's got to the point where I gotta even say that I don't even have children, because it's like, when I see them, they're not the children I made. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is me talking. I'm saying, like, they don't act the same.
Anyway, and all that has been, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the stuff I said in this video, like, it's almost like I was doing an open plea to the Most High, saying, like, these are the things that I need to go on. A couple things that I mentioned, my children, my mother, my family. And the Most High gave me a new mother, a new family, everything. Even though the family been my family, but it's just like they put me in a place where another woman accepted me as her son. And I got brothers and sisters. I have friends who think as I do. You get what I'm saying? I'm put in a position where I'm no longer on the streets. I'm no longer starving myself, calling it fasting. You know what I'm saying? But really, a lot of times when you fast, it's not obligatory. You know what I'm saying? Fasting is more like when you want to fast. And a lot of times I fasted because I wanted to, but a lot of times I fasted because I just didn't have anything to eat. You know what I'm saying? And it's no longer like that. Anyway, this was a great build, y'all. We did that. We did that. Etymology on temple. We're going to build on that in the next half. Talk about the temple inside man and stuff. Or I'll run it down real fast. We did etymology on Jesus. Ooh, we walked down about 15 different thumbnails, by the way, you all. And I'm even going to section this video off because I'm finna take a break from streaming and stuff for a little while I reconstruct my channel, you all. So be in contact with me on Instagram. I'll be dropping jewels. I call them undeniable facts on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? And I will be building live over there sometime and everything. So y'all hit me up on the ground or personal inquiries. Hit me at Chief, the number 4, Sebi, the number 7. Let me make sure. Okay, we looked up Messiah. Wow, we ran through all the cards I had pulled up. Okay, I'm back reconnected. Sorry for that, you all. Using the OBS system. Now, let's look at all of these. Since they want to pop up, we're going to look at them. What is the meaning of temple? Okay, cool. The etymology of the word worship. The etymology of worship, which dates back to the 13th century Old English war, W-O-R, comes from the word worth and ship. Wow. Worth and ship means to shape. So worship means to shape. Simply put, worship means to shape worth. Wow. In worship, people come together to affirm, ordain, and revere. So you don't have to be ordained through some kind of theological school, by the way. People come together. People come together to affirm, ordain, and revere what they believe to be worthy. Indeed, but we don't believe in beliefs up in this joint. Anyway, y'all, we're gonna get on that a building for religious practice. You know what I'm saying? It's all inside the self, you know what I'm saying? And we're gonna get on that. But anyway, as y'all can see, that was a successful build. Let me show my face on this joint. Hey, what up, everybody? It's Chief Sebi, Indigenous, the realist, the noble. Hiya, 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 power. Back in the booth. And I specifically kept my face off of this video. I kept my avatar off of this video and just came with strictly information for the sole purpose that I know I'm handsome. I know that, you know what I'm saying, what the root of narcissistic traits are and stuff. So I'm finna try to, wean myself off of the camera and stay out of mirrors more and stop taking so many, selfies and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? I'm single, not in heat. I'm acting like I'm in heat around this joint. But anyway, y'all, it's much love, y'all. It's peace, you know what I'm saying? Be on the lookout for the men in here or for the women in here, so y'all can remember male and female science can be gleaned and learned, you know what I'm saying, by the male and the female principle. So therefore, I have a series finna start up on my journey through the whole no fap thing, the whole semen retention thing, my personal journey on it. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. I haven't touched a woman since July. You know what I'm saying? I haven't touched a woman since July. But anyway, it's much love, it's peace, it's hi, pow. Back in the booth. You now tuned in to Chief Sebi, Indigenous, the realist, the noble. Now, I'm going to go read the comment section really fast. Have any social media? You have my info though, fam. Oh yeah, I got your email address. Everybody, yeah, just contact me. Hit me up. This is my backup page. Where it's not even a backup page. I'm trying to push all my active subscribers over here to this other page. You know what I'm saying? And I say active for a reason. You know what I'm saying? I want to do interactive. You know what I'm saying? Basically, I'm going to make this other channel like my Patreon, but I'm not going to charge anybody. But it's going to have stuff for active members. You know what I'm saying? Active subscribers who are actually learning in a progressive type state. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be uploading videos. Even take the few I have up, down. And I'm also going to be live streaming over there on that channel. But anyway, it's much love, it's peace. Shout out to MJ Givens. Shout out to Keela Woolly Hair. Shout out to Letter B. Letter B, did you add me on Instagram? Anybody that hasn't added me on Instagram, and make sure you drop me a let me go see the sis name before I leave up out of here, because sometimes my videos don't have the chat. Let me see. She says she added me. Don't you find that peace to anyone coming in the chat, man. You coming in at the end of the build, man. If you have any questions, anybody, even the people that's in here, oh my bad, I'm just leaning back chilling. I'm tired, y'all. I'm drained. I'm sitting back here. I'm in the chat with y'all. Like, I'm looking. I didn't even know I was laid back until I looked at the screen and seen there was nobody on there, and I was like, dang, where he at? But anyway, y'all, it's much love, it's peace, you all. You know what I'm saying? We're coming to the end of the build. This was a great build, outstanding build, you all. Very interactive chat. I love you all, and it's peace. It's much love and it's peace, y'all. We're going to keep everything copacetic. Thank you all for keeping the chat so respectful and greeting newcomers and things of that nature. Hey, you all, this is the time. We are in 2020. We are in 2020, you all. Everybody hyped up 2020, and I was telling everybody, hey, be cool. hey, be cool. 2020 is just a spiritual and emotional and cosmic energy awakening. Let me build real fast on that. Now, not only is 2020, I said it already before, but I love building. Let's start it off at the least common denominator. January 1st, 2020 was a new hour, a new minute, a new second. You know what I'm saying? Because the clock ticked to make it go into that. Then turn around, it was a new day. A day is infinite amount of time which we have to do things. That's why I say I'm a master of time, because I don't need sleep. I say I'm a master of the nutrition, because I'm a nutritionist, a master nutritionist, because I don't need food. You know what I'm saying? Or at least I know I don't need food for 44 days. And I'm gonna push that further here soon before this summer pops up, because this summer I'm actually gonna be I'll get more into that later, y'all. But I want to say January 1st brought in a new second, a new minute, a new year, a new chance, a new start. It also brought in a new year. It brought in a new decade. It also, this year is a leap year, so there's 366 years. So this is another cycle of 4. Remember, I said 2020 should be broken down as 4, and that means that's the number of our culture. That means indigenous and aboriginal culture is going to be at a mass uprise all this year. You know what I'm saying? I just had personal people in my personal life. You know what I'm saying? Watch this. I'm going to go to it. I didn't rig this up or nothing. Today, 2 people out my personal life, you know what I'm saying, told me that I inspired them, and that they didn't even know that this was me, and that they've been watching Indigenous Realist on YouTube. They didn't even know it was me. And that's much love, y'all. Like, for real, for real. Let me go right here. I'm gonna try to keep his name hidden up. He say, can y'all see that? This just proof. He say, yes, and Dan Calloway and all the other ones too. Oh, I say, have you heard? You never heard of Indigenous Realist? That's my channel. He say, yes, bro. Oh, my bad. Y'all seen what it said though. I'll go back to it because I didn't read it. It say, yes, and Dan Calloway and all the other ones too. Bro, I be on it. I'm telling you, I got motivated. Then the fact that somebody I actually know is doing it too, that being you. I say, yes, bro, if you need any help, hit me up, or info, sub to my channel, link in the bio. I appreciate it, for real, for real. I'm gonna send you a book I purchased from Dan Calloway on tracing your genealogy through here. In a few days, gotta find it. If it's a PDF. You know what I'm saying? And that's just, you know what I'm saying? That's just one person. Let me go right here. This is today. Look at the date on it. This was at 2:51 p.m. I'm covering it up because this was somebody I met in 2016. When I first manifested, I met him in 2015. Now look, let me see who else. Oh, we was on the we were on the phone. We were on regular message. Let me make sure I had this dude's number covered up. Okay, that was a phone conversation. But I'm gonna ask them brothers, can they shout me out on a video? One is a rapper. One is a rapper out there in Arkansas. That's my bro. And then my other bro is back in the city where I left. And he said, bro, he was a college student at the time, and now he's an investor. You know what I'm saying? He's enjoying life. Just bringing a new daughter into the world, I think. And I was like, yeah, daughter. And he was like, bro, those days we used to sit up and you used to just build and talk, bro, and just give me that information. He said, man, I knew that you weren't a regular person. He said, I tell everybody about you, bro. He said, I didn't even know you were on the internet. He said, I tell everybody about you, bro. He was like, and I tell them that by the looks, they'll think you ordinary or aren't knowledgeable, but if they check out your mind, and I'm paraphrasing, I'm gonna have the brother make a video and say it himself, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be guiding him. I'm gonna be guiding him further with this information because the information has came a long way. Both of those brothers, you know what I'm saying? One I haven't seen in 4 years, one I haven't seen in about a year and a half, 2 years. But for me to affect their lives through my channel and face to face is a blessing, and that's why I do this. That's what I do. That's why I do it right there. Not for the not for notoriety, not for fame, not for anything, but okay. Not for tell I'm coming right now, I'm closing out. Not for fame, not for notoriety, for anything, but to save our youth, to wake up our copper colored youth, to know that we are not black, we are not African, we are not colored, we are indigenous, aboriginal, original inhabitants of this part of the plane we call Earth, which is the Americas, North, South, and Central America, in the islands, including the island of Australia, misnomered as a continent. Peace, higher power, you. You are now tuned in to the Chief Sebi Indigenous. Hey, Yoka Empath. Hey, I'm gone. Thank you all for coming. Great build.